Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I've always wanted to do a overnight camp out, and today I get to do one in the middle of a snowstorm. So I don't have a shelter, so I'm going to have to build a shelter. I have minimal food and no water, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going to find the creek. We'll go down the creek a little bit, see if we can't find us a spot and make this work. So stay tuned and let's get this thing going. Thank you guys very much for watching. Alright, so I found the creek, so water shouldn't be an issue. Let's follow this down and see if we can't find us a good place to make a shelter. Water looks pretty good actually, so let's keep going. That'd be a pretty cool place over there. It has potential, but there's a lot of icicles hanging down inside too, so it'd keep me out of the weather. It looks like some dry leaves and stuff down there, so keep this in mind. It is a shelter anyway, so let's keep looking. Alright, this is what I'm looking for. Right next to the creek here, but it starts to widen out a little bit. It's protected by, it's kind of in this valley right here, so it's kind of protected out of the wind. There's a lot of tracks through here too. I know there's bobcats, coyotes, obviously some deer, but let's see if we can't find us a spot up here somewhere. Looks pretty good though. Alright, a couple things real quick. What I've already done is I started to get really hot wearing my jacket. So one thing you don't want to do is sweat, and then when you cool off, it's a lot, you'll freeze. So took some layers off, and I'll put those back on as needed. But this is what I found. This is where I think I'm going to build a shelter. So I'm going to use these two trees here as like the base. Since there is snow and ice on the ground, I'm going to build a raised platform for my sleeping shelter, and then I'm going to put tarp up over top of this. But then I'm going to utilize this tree here, this third tree, so kind of like in a triangle, and I'll bring the tarp over, anchor off to the top of this tree, have the sides come down. I'll build a retaining wall for logs. I'll have my fire here, and then hopefully that will reflect heat back into my shelter here. So let's see if we can't get this built, and I gotta collect some firewood and some logs. So let's go over and I'll show you what all I brought so you can see what I'm working with. Alright, as it's starting to pick up snow, let me show you what I'm working with here. So this is what I brought in my pack. So I've got my 0-degree sleeping bag, some neck warmer, pillow, a sleeping pad, 2 empty water bottles. I do have some fire making materials here, something to cook with, some paracord, a hatchet, machete. I do have a shovel, some gloves. I do have my other tarp. I have some some cooking utensils, and this is just some more camera gear I got. I do have 2 trail cameras that I am going to set up for the nighttime. There is a lot of animal presence in this area, so I see a lot of tracks. I know if I'm here they probably won't come through, but anyway, I'll set a camera up and see if I get any nighttime stuff. So I gotta get this shelter built because my stuff's getting wet. I don't want that to happen, so let me get this done. All right, this is what I'm looking for right here. I need 4 trees just like that, where it's got a pretty good base. But that's the most important part right there, the wide that it has right there. So let me get this tree cut down and find 3 more just like it. All right, so this is what I was meaning. So I have this log here that I just cut. It's got the V, so it'll wedge against that tree there. Now I just need 3 more. 1 for this side, and then 2 for this side over here. So I gotta find some and get them cut, and then I gotta start finding some firewood, because right now it's getting cold. I gotta do some backtracking too, because I lost the camera and my thermometer. So good thing it snowed, so I can track back to where I just came from and see if I can't find those. So I got a lot to do. Let me get at it. All right, here's the kind of what I'm having my sleeping platform on. I'm going to have it wedged long ways this way. So now I got to cut some poles that are approximately about 9.5, 10 foot long. To stretch through there, let me get them cut. All right, let me show you where I'm at on building this shelter so far. So I've got the frame of it built. Now I'm working on the sleeping platform. So I'm finding some trees that are 1.5 to 2 inches thick, trying to get them as straight as I can, and cutting those down to span across here. That's going to be my platform. So I'm going to keep at it, get this thing finished up. But if you haven't already, please do me a favor, subscribe, leave me a comment, like this video, and let's keep at it. All right, here's an example of a tree I was talking about. So this tree, I'm gonna cut this off right here, knock all the snow off. But it's about 2 inches thick here at the bottom. I think I can get about 2 spans out of it. So let me get this thing cut. All right, now this sleeping platform is complete. I do have this mat to go down. It's not going to be very comfortable, but it's going to do for now. Next thing is I'm going to get the tarp put over, get that so this is out of the weather, and then I need to build a fire because it's getting cold. So I've got to get some firewood and get this thing going. there it is. Let's get us a fire. I'm going to build a fire right out here in front. We'll put a like a reflecting wall up first, so maybe that will deflect some of the heat back into here. So let's go get some firewood. So one thing to look at when it snowed and you're trying to find some dry firewood. I saw this on the way in. There's a tree out here that I believe is dead, but it's standing. So this tree right here, branches break off really easy. So this tree's dead, so it'll get good. It's got a lot of good small limbs up towards the top. So I'm gonna cut this tree. There's another one over here, another one over there. So I got 3, 4, maybe 5 good trees right here in this little area. There's a power line that runs above us. So what happens is periodically the power line, the easement, they'll come through and they'll spray and kill all this vegetation. So that's pretty sure what's happened to this tree here. So I'm gonna cut it down and let's build a fire. Yeah, it's pretty dead, so this would be good firewood starter. Let's get it back to camp and get it cut up. All right, so let's do a little test. So right now, you see here, the outside temperature is about 33 degrees. I'm gonna put this inside. It's already heating up. I'm gonna put it right here. Let's see how much that changes. 50 degrees. All right, today we're gonna make some supper, doing some pigs in a blanket. I think it's done. All right, let's try this out. It's really good. I probably have it all over me. All right, I want to show you a little trick you can do if you ever get these little Babel little cheeses. So if you open this up, Discard that. Take your cheese out. Eat your cheese. But when you're done with that, save these two pieces of wax. So I just kind of put them together like this, and then I just start kneading it together. Kind of twisting it, kind of getting it all together, making a solid little piece, kneading it. So I tried to get a piece that's about as big as my pinky, like that. Let's get that all like that. Then you can take your knife, take that piece, cut it right in half. Alright, so now those two pieces I've had, kneaded it together, 2 halves. Take you a little piece of nylon. Cut me a little piece like that. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it right in the middle. Put my two pieces back together. And then kind of knead that back together like that. And basically what you've done is you've made yourself a candle. Cut a little bit of that extra off. Alright, ooh, it's smoky in here. So that's my little candle. So now what you can do is get your little old pop can, whatever it is, kind of cut it after you're done with it, cut it open, kind of make a little entry like that. You take that little piece of wax, stick it right there in the middle. Cut me another little piece of twine. I'm going to feed that through the top. Now you've made yourself a little candle holder. Let's light this thing. And there you go. You'll have yourself a little candle. It'll put out a little bit of heat too, but you can hang that somewhere and have at least some light. We'll see how long this one lasts. All right, I am wore out and it's late, so I'm going to bed. I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is a cold one. It's about 5:45 in the morning. It is 16 degrees and my fire went out a long time ago. So I was getting a little chilly. Decided I'd go ahead and get up, get this fire going again, try to warm up. But didn't sleep too bad. The 0-degree sleeping bag did really well. The platform was like I thought would be, was pretty uncomfortable, but I made it through it. And coyotes howled all night long, woke me up all night, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get this fire back up going and get some breakfast started, so let's get to it. Alrighty, breakfast is done. So today we're having bacon, eggs, some of those crescent rolls left over with some grape jelly, and hot chocolate. And I'm hungry. Let's eat. Alright, so that's going to wrap up this video. I learned quite a bit from making this shelter. A few things I want to do to modify it, change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more comfortable. But overall, I thought it was pretty much a success. I do want to do a camp out in that cave or that little washout area, so I'll get that one next. But I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for the next ones. Thank you.